we're going to explore a subject that frequently sparks interest and discussion in today's video: the 8 things a guy has to keep from a woman. Now, let me make it clear that this has nothing to do with lying or being dishonest before you draw any conclusions. Rather, it's about being aware of the subtleties of emotional intelligence in interpersonal interactions. Being emotionally intelligent is essential to our ability to connect and communicate with our partners. It facilitates more meaningful relationships and healthier interactions by assisting us in navigating the complexity of male-female dynamics. We'll have a stimulating conversation that questions conventional wisdom on relationships as we examine these 8 hidden facets of partnerships. Why do males feel the need to keep some sentiments or ideas to themselves? What effect does this have on their interpersonal connections? You'll have a better understanding of the complex dance of expectations and feelings that frequently characterizes love relationships by the end of this video. So stay put whether you're a woman interested in learning about the viewpoint of men or a man looking to better understand himself. This discussion aims to illuminate the frequently hidden realities that influence our relationships and will be both interesting and educational. Internal conflicts and fears. Men's inner conflicts and anxieties are frequently sensitive subjects when it comes to partnerships. Although vulnerability is a necessary component of emotional intimacy, how it is interpreted depends on the particular dynamics at work. Many men may hide their genuine emotions out of worry that talking about their worries will be interpreted as a show of weakness. Men's emotional stability and strength are valued more highly in society than their inner anguish, which contributes to this desire to mask inner conflict. Keeping up a self-assured facade might be important in love relationships. Strong facades frequently comfort partners and create a feeling of stability and security. This does not imply, however, that males should completely repress their feelings. Rather, it's about striking a balance, admitting internal conflicts while maintaining composure. With this strategy, men may safeguard their mental health without sacrificing the relationship and trust they have with their relationships. Ultimately, relationships can be healthier when people realize how important it is to control these inner worries. Men may develop emotional resilience and intimacy at the same time by knowing when to reveal and when to keep things private. This allows them to create a place where both partners feel safe and understood. Adverse views regarding other people. When it comes to relationships, a guy needs to consider his words carefully before criticizing others. Even if it might seem normal to air out complaints or disappointments, doing so can have a big effect on the dynamics of relationships. Talking negatively may foster mistrust and conflict in social groups as well as between spouses. Negativity from one partner on a regular basis can start a vicious cycle of criticism that weakens the understanding and support that are the cornerstones of healthy partnerships. Healthy relationships depend on creating a favorable environment. A guy may foster a more positive environment that promotes development and connection by making the decision to keep his negative thoughts to himself. Constructive criticism is more useful than focusing on what other people have wrong. This method, as opposed to encouraging animosity or rumors, enables genuine conversations that can result in better relationships and personal growth. In the end, men may improve their relationships and foster a more peaceful atmosphere by placing a higher value on optimism and productive communication. This change opens the door to deeper, more satisfying encounters by strengthening interpersonal ties and fostering an environment of respect and understanding. Material aspirations and desires. A guy may feel compelled to conceal his financial aspirations and wants in partnerships for a variety of reasons. A major contributing element is the concern that ambition may be mistaken for greed. In a society where financial success is frequently determined by riches and belongings, admitting one's desire for worldly accomplishments might result in negative perceptions about one's character. This worry may act as a barrier, inhibiting candid conversations about ambitions and objectives. Furthermore, the vitality of every connection is contingent upon the presence of common values. Material aspirations can be set aside when a couple is in agreement on what really important, such as family, experiences, or personal development. Hiding these wants might be motivated by a wish to keep things peaceful and prevent arguments about priority. Encouragement of an emphasis on emotional connection over consumerism is crucial, though. A greater understanding of each other's motives and desires may be achieved by couples who encourage free discussion about their aspirations. This method not only makes the relationship stronger, but also makes it possible for both spouses to live in a more encouraging atmosphere. Ultimately, a more satisfying and balanced relationship where both parties feel appreciated for who they are rather than just what they do can result from accepting ambition while placing a higher priority on emotional closeness. Impractical expectations. Relationship dynamics may be greatly impacted by unrealistic expectations, which frequently result in dissatisfaction and disappointment. Excessive standards established by one spouse for the other might foster an environment where emotions of inadequacy and anger can arise from not living up to those expectations. It may be difficult for both parties to feel safe and appreciated when this cycle of disappointment undermines intimacy and trust. Realistic and attainable objectives are essential for maintaining a strong connection. Couples are better able to accept each other's shortcomings and talents when they acknowledge that nobody is perfect. Setting realistic expectations helps partners foster a more encouraging environment where development and progress are welcomed rather than frowned upon. In this situation, it's critical to be open and honest about wants and desires. Partners may collaborate to align their aims and aspirations when they feel comfortable talking about what they expect from one another. This conversation improves the emotional bond between spouses while also aiding with expectation management. In the end, couples may create a more happy relationship where both people feel understood and valued for who they genuinely are, rather than who they are supposed to be, by concentrating on reasonable expectations and keeping lines of communication open. Individual weaknesses. For a variety of reasons, a guy may feel compelled to hide his vulnerabilities in relationships. The main worry is that exposing these weaknesses might make him feel less confident in himself and in the eyes of his partner. Men are often trained to represent resilience and strength. Therefore, displaying flaws may cause emotions of inadequacy or a fear of being judged. Emotional closeness and open communication may be hampered as a result. But it's important to understand that owning up to one's flaws is not the same as flaunting them. Instead, it may be more beneficial to concentrate on your own development and progress. Men who concentrate on their areas of weakness in solitude might build resilience and a sense of success that eventually strengthens their self-image. Building a good self-image also requires promoting an emphasis on strengths. A guy can develop self-confidence and a more balanced self-perception by emphasizing his strengths. This method improves relationships as well as individual well-being since it makes partners feel encouraged and safe to strive for improvement together while appreciating each other's qualities. Disapproval of the partnership. Withholding criticism in a relationship can frequently be the result of an effort to keep things peaceful and steer clear of needless conflict. Open communication can be difficult in a setting when there is conflict and defensiveness as a result of one partner expressing unhappiness or criticizing the other. Many people worry that instead of promoting understanding, criticism might turn into disputes and cause emotional distancing. But it's important to understand that constructive criticism is an integral part of every happy partnership. Partners should try to approach these talks with care and deliberation rather than avoiding talking about problems. When given carefully, constructive criticism may promote development and progress while assisting both parties in understanding one another's viewpoints and requirements. Navigating relationship obstacles requires supportively encouraging conversations. Partners may provide a safe environment for communication by framing issues as opportunities for cooperation rather than places of blame. This method not only helps to fortify the emotional connection between the two people, but it also gives them the ability to collaborate to find answers. In the end, treating problems with sensitivity and decency may turn possible arguments into chances for closer bonding, making sure that each partner feels acknowledged and appreciated in the partnership. Disdain or animosity. It might be normal yet harmful to keep sentiments of disdain or anger hidden in a relationship. Negative feelings can gradually erode a relationship by fostering a climate of mistrust and alienation if they are not dealt with. These emotions may fester over time and cause a breakdown in intimacy and communication. In a vicious circle of defensiveness and finger-pointing, partners may find it more and more difficult to reconcile. It's critical to understand how important it is to discuss problems honestly. Partners can have deep talks that advance understanding and reconciliation by exposing sentiments of disdain or hatred. This transparency makes it possible for both parties to voice their worries and disappointments, which opens the door to progress and resolution. Building a strong connection requires promoting an emphasis on finding solutions rather than moping over issues. Couples should collaborate to find concrete solutions that can enhance their circumstances rather than letting their bad emotions control the conversation. In addition to reducing stress, this proactive strategy fortifies the emotional connection between spouses. Ultimately, couples may turn obstacles into chances for a closer bond and support from one another by facing disdain and anger head-on with candor and a will to find solutions. Wants to manipulate or modify the other. To keep a relationship healthy, one must hide aspirations to manipulate or alter a partner. Conflict and feelings of resentment can arise when one spouse tries to take charge. This dynamic frequently results in a power imbalance, which can make the dominated partner feel undervalued or constrained. This can weaken intimacy and trust over time, which makes it harder for both people to feel safe and appreciated in the relationship. It is important to place more emphasis on acceptance and understanding rather than control. An atmosphere that is more supportive is created when both partners are acknowledged as unique individuals with their own ideas, emotions, and wants. Instead of attempting to alter one another's peculiarities, couples can develop a stronger emotional bond that honors each other's individuality. Long-term success depends on fostering a mutually respectful collaboration. A foundation of trust and cooperation is established when both parties are able to express themselves without worrying about being judged or coerced. This strategy strengthens the connection overall while also promoting personal growth. In the end, couples may create a more satisfying and harmonious relationship that is based on mutual respect and understanding by putting acceptance above control. In conclusion, we looked at a number of important relationship topics in today's video, with a particular emphasis on the 8 things a guy might feel he has to keep from his girlfriend. We talked about the significance of emotional intelligence, emphasizing how different people interpret vulnerability and how putting on a confident front may promote security. We also looked at the effects of unfavorable beliefs, worldly aspirations, and personal flaws, highlighting the need of open communication and putting an emphasis on one's strengths. We also examined the consequences of having unreasonable expectations and the need for constructively handling disdain or animosity. We concluded by discussing the risks of wanting to manipulate or alter a partner and promoting acceptance and respect for one another as the cornerstones of a strong partnership. Think about how these realizations might assist you in creating stronger bonds and overcoming obstacles when you examine your own relationships. Recall that the foundation of a solid partnership is open communication and understanding. Please subscribe, like, and share this video with those you think might find this topic useful if you found it helpful. Your assistance enables us to produce more worthwhile material for you. We appreciate your time and hope to see you in the next video.